Hello, everyone. Please let me know if you cannot hear me. But I think I'm okay this time. Good morning, Nikki. It's nighttime for us, but thank you for getting up so early for me. How are we all doing? Hello, Leander. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. I am late again. I'm sorry, but 5 minutes this time, much better than 15. Hey, Wild Blackberry. Okay, awesome. You guys can hear me. That is good to hear. Okay, good, Leander, good. Plus, my microphone's working, so like we're both winning. Yeah. So, how has everyone been? It's been 3 weeks. Does anyone have any exciting news to report? Oh, and what are we all drinking? I am drinking a glass of water. It does the trick. It's been quite hot, so yeah, I need some water. Thank you, Nikki. Yes, that's right. You are sick. I'm sorry. Have you started to turn a corner yet, or are you still feeling like in the thick of being sick? Oh, Leander, you're drinking a spider. What's the combination? What's the soft drink and what's the ice cream flavor? I haven't had a spider in years, but I used to really enjoy them. It's a classic. And Nikki, has Joe gotten you a cup of tea yet? Or are you running on fumes? All right. Let's see if I'm in position. Ah, wonderful, Wild Blackberry. You're having a glass of wine. Yes, it is a Friday evening and it is almost Christmas. It sounds like the perfect time to have a glass of wine. Okay, Nikki, so you're on the honey, lemon, and ginger, and you're just starting to turn the corner, I think. Okay. Well, hopefully the honey, lemon, and ginger helps. For those who don't know, Nikki is in the UK, so it's cold where she is. And she's caught a cold. So. Oh, you had to make it yourself. Oh. I also had to make my own glass of water, but it's obviously less effort. How has my week been? My week has been really, really good. So both my boys are here. Sorry, I'm just taking my phone out of my pocket. Yeah, both my boys are here. So yeah, I've been having a really good week. They arrived a few days ago. So yeah, we've been making the most of it. So when I moved here, obviously, like, it's all been a bit hectic, to say the least. So I haven't actually explored where I live, other than to like go grocery shopping. So I could have honestly been living anywhere, because I just go to the same sorts of shops that could be anywhere. So it's been good to go out, like, exploring a few things that I haven't gone and seen. Yeah. Plus, I guess sightseeing is more fun when you've got someone to share it with too. Although in the past, I have really enjoyed like going on trips on my own. So yeah, I'm not saying you can't be a tourist on your own. When I had little kids, I liked traveling on my own and seeing things because I could actually see them. But now that my kids are older, like, we can look at things together. So I won't say what I went and looked at, but yesterday we went somewhere where like there's wildlife and explored some wildlife that I hadn't seen. So that was really fun and exciting. Yeah, so we had a really big day yesterday. We had to drive like I think 2 hours each way, but it was worth the drive. And also, I could share the driving with my sons, so it was good. It was good. Ah, sarsaparilla with chocolate ice cream. That sounds really good. I have not had that combination of spider. I will have to give it a go. Yes, I am wild blackberry. I am really happy having them here. Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Um, I don't have Vela with me tonight because her second favorite human is here, and so she's spending time with him. Um, Vela's the kind of cat that she definitely has favorites. So, like, I'm her number one favorite, and one of my sons was always her second favorite. So, yeah, she's cuddling up with him out there. So, what are you cooking for them? Well, tonight I cooked. We always called it cauliflower tahini, but uh, basically cruciferous vegetables with a. I did beef mince with it today and chickpeas, and it always has a tahini and lemon um, like sauce. So yeah, I made that tonight. Um, so yeah, that was good. Um, the reason my water does not have any lemon in it, I thought, oh, I'll put a bit of lemon in it just for something fancy whilst I'm here on the live stream. But I used the last of the lemons to make the cauliflower tahini. Um, yeah, I was really surprised. I went out to the lemon tree thinking I've got so many lemons, but it turns out this batch of lemons, like the lemon tree has been producing like all through winter and it's still going strong. Um, yeah, they're just not quite ripe. Like they look ripe from a distance, but the lemons aren't ripe on the tree. So I still had, I think, maybe 5 lemons, but I had to use all of them. Yeah, it is really yummy. It's one of our favorite um, meals, and it obviously has lots of garlic. Not obviously, I put a lot of onion and garlic in everything, so that's not obvious to everyone else. Whenever I'm cooking mince, there's always a lot of onion and garlic just to start it off. So yeah, it's kind of a similar flavor profile to hummus because of the tahini and the lemon juice and the garlic and the chickpeas. Chickpeas is the most important ingredient in hummus. But yeah, so it's got chickpeas, it's got tahini, it's got lemon juice, it's got garlic. Yeah. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Yeah, so I'm not sure how many we're going to have tonight because I know everyone's really busy with finishing off work for the year and doing things with their family and getting ready for Christmas. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Um, hey, Rachel. Okay, the people that have just arrived, what are we drinking or snacking on? I am having water. And as I just explained, I was going to have lemon juice in it, but I used all the lemons for dinner. And apparently, my lemon tree that looks like it's bursting with ripe lemons, none of them were ripe. And they were all like green on the underside and not smelling quite right. So, nice, Susan. You're having a green tea. Is it not hot where you are, or are you in air conditioning? Um, I don't think I could bear the thought of tea right now because, well, yeah, it's just too hot right now. Um, I'm hoping that my room will stay cool enough. We do have an air conditioner in the living room. So I left my door open and blasted the air conditioner for a few hours to try and cool down this room. So it's cool right now. Hopefully it doesn't warm up. Oh, has my Christmas cake been destroyed yet by the boys? We haven't cracked it open yet, but we will. Um, yeah, because we've been like going out quite a bit. We keep getting home really late. Yeah, so no, we haven't cracked open the Christmas cake yet, but it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure we'll do it tomorrow. Ah, I can use the fresh lemon leaves to flavor my water. That is a good suggestion, Rachel. I didn't think to do that. That definitely would have worked. How long are they with you? I think it's the first week of January. It might be the 3rd of January. Yeah, so I think it's about 2 weeks. So yeah, we'll have New Year's together as well. One of my son's birthdays is in the first week of January, so we'll celebrate his birthday before he goes back. Yeah. Yeah. It is a nice long visit. Okay, so Susan says it's not too hot here. A fan is all that's needed. Haven't used AC yet. So I bought a pedestal fan because I had to a few days ago, but I haven't got it out of the box yet, and I figure it's probably going to be noisy. But hopefully the room is cool enough, and I can just dab away sweat if I need to. It'll be fine. But right now the temperature's fine. Okay, so Rachel says January, February, and these days March are often stinking hot. Yes, I did get a pedestal fan. Great minds think alike, Rachel. Yes, I did get a pedestal fan. Wet Chuck's cloth turns it into an evaporative cooler. Like put it over the top of the fan? Leander says 2 weeks. That is so good. My son will only be with me for 3 days. So like over Christmas, 3 days over Christmas. Does your son live far away? Like, do you not see him often? Yeah, 3 days is not long enough, is it? Rachel says 40 plus today, cooling to mid high 20s, about 3 a.m. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that is hot. Hey, Emma. How are you doing? So we discovered during the live stream last time that Google has or YouTube has made it so I can't really see your proper name. So hopefully it's okay for me to call you Emma. Like I can only see your handle, like Emma5174. But yeah. So yes, welcome Emma. What are you drinking or snacking on? I have water. It's good. It's good water. Okay, Rachel. So yeah, put the wet cloth over. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So put it over the back of the fan, spray with water or keep wet, not damp. Okay, so not dripping. Okay, yeah, cool. Because otherwise that could be dangerous. Yeah, okay, yeah. Electricity and water, not a good combo. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, Leander. So he's driving Christmas Day to be here for lunch. He lives 4 hours away. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad he's coming to spend Christmas with you. So Wild Blackberry asks, do you have a Christmas movie? Jeez, I can't talk today. Do you have a Christmas movie favorite or anyone else who wants to share? Um, that is a good question. I do enjoy certain Christmas movies. I haven't watched them in years. I used to enjoy It's a Wonderful Life. I know it's not for everyone, but I've always enjoyed It's a Wonderful Life. Um, what else? I used to really like Love Actually, and I used to watch it every year. Um, I don't know if I would still enjoy it or not. I don't know if it's held up. But yeah, what's everyone else's favorite Christmas movie? And I'm probably not thinking of some that I do enjoy. I mean, Home Alone has always been a classic because I'm a 90s kid. Um, yeah, so I always, and also because I had three sons, they enjoyed the Home Alone movies, like one and two. So that was always fun watching that with them. Yeah, we used to do like Christmas movies in the lead up to Christmas. I did with the boys whilst their dad was at work. So yeah, we used to watch a lot of Christmas movies in the lead up. I think they did like Elf, and I did like Elf, but it wasn't my favorite. Okay, so Emma, you said I went to donate heaps of cat food to the RSPCA here in Western Australia. Ah, that's really good. That's really nice. Do they have like a special donation thing for Christmas? Leander can't wait for her son to be there. Yes, I can imagine. Yep. Okay. So Merry Christmas to all the cats. They have great food. All sensitive ones for them. Okay. Yeah. Lucky cats. Well done. Okay. So Nikki says her favorite Christmas movie is Scrooged. I don't know that I've seen Scrooged. I'll have to give it a go, Nikki. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen it. Rachel says, I love that you also love Home Alone. Okay. So I take it you also love Home Alone. I don't know. It just has a nice Christmas vibe to it, but without being like soppy, I guess. Okay. So while Blackberry says I've recently enjoyed A Castle for Christmas. I have not seen that, which has Brooke Shields in it and Carrie. Don't know how to pronounce her last name. Leander says I like all the old black and white Christmas movies. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. Your cat passed last week. He was 18 years old. I'm sorry to hear that. He lived a nice long life, but yeah, it's so hard to lose them when they've been with you for so long. I mean, it's hard to lose them no matter how long they've been with you, but yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Is it the same actor from The Princess Bride? Carrie, name ending with E. Um, I do love The Princess Bride. So yeah. I thought maybe that was the Wesley you were referring to, but because I didn't know that that was the actor from The Princess Bride, I didn't make the connection. Yeah, Emma, it is. It is a journey. Um, yeah, like we grieve for our fur babies. Like they're part of our family. Um, and it really does leave a void in your life when they're not there anymore. obscure reference. Okay, okay. Um, okay. Your cat's name was Rocky. Yeah, I'm really sorry that you lost Rocky. Oh, it's so hard losing them. Um, yeah. Yeah, that is a nice idea, Rachel. Making a donation in memory of Rocky. Yeah, Wild Blackberry. You still dream of your childhood pets. They hold such a special place. Yeah, they do. They do. Nikki had a cat named Rocky too. They were so spirited. Is that a nice way of saying that they were a little bit sprightly? Like, was it a bitey, scratchy cat? Is that what you mean by spirited? Or they got the zoomies and ran around a lot? Okay. Hi, Mimi. Um, how do you pronounce my name or somebody else's name? I will tell you how to pronounce Enid. Enid Loverose. Um, if that was your question, I'm sorry if it's not your question. I, I will. Yeah. If you clarify and that wasn't what you meant. Yeah, a rambunctious Rocky, Nikki, or okay. So your Rocky was a savage cat. Okay. Okay. Oh. That's the great thing about animals. They all have their own personalities, just like people do. Um, okay, and Emma, your Rocky was a vampire eating his food right till the end. Aw. Well, good on him. It sounds like he was happy right up until the end then. Because he didn't go off his food or anything. My previous cat, he had a stroke, unfortunately. Um, and then I waited about a year and then I got Vela. Um, but yeah, he was happy and seemingly healthy right up until the stroke. And even after he had the stroke, he didn't realize like what had happened to him. So he was still happy for like 12 hours because I took him to the vet and the vet was like, oh, he like some cats survive after a stroke. He might be fine. And so I took him back home again. And then he sort of went downhill overnight. But right up until that next morning, I think he still thought that like he was going to get better and he was still purring and like he slept next to me and he was happy right up until he wasn't happy. And then I took him back to the vet and put him to sleep. But yeah, he lived such a happy life. And I think he was 15. So right up until the end, he was happy, he was fine. It turned out he had kidney disease, but I didn't know about it. And so that's what caused the stroke. But I was just happy that he was happy right up until the end. I think that's the best you can hope for our babies, that our fur babies, that, yeah, they don't suffer. Um, yes, Christmas is next week, next Thursday. So yeah, less than a week away. Okay, so Nikki says that her savage Rocky had a sister who was the sweetest girl, though. Yeah, it's funny that the siblings can have such different temperaments in a litter of kittens. Although not really surprising since a litter of kittens could have different dads, to be fair. Um, all right, Rachel says we had Crazy Cat. Kids named Feral Rescue Kitten Ginger. Okay, Crazy Cat would climb the curtains, the walls. Yes, the walls. Wow. Okay, sounds like there was never a dull moment around Crazy Cat. So Leander, you've got a weekend working bee at the Red Cross shop. That's really good. So what kind of working bee is it? Sorry, I'm just processing. um, like the Red Cross shop so that people can come in and like do their Christmas shopping, or is it like the Red Cross is offering something to the community? What kind of working bee? Okay, Wild Blackberry says hopefully a chill weekend, but then planning for Christmas feasting. Yes. And Nikki needs to wrap her presents. Good, good. Yeah, maybe he was, Rachel. Yeah. Maybe he was embracing his last night being with you. Yeah. And he had such trust in me too that like I feel like before he woke up the next morning, he thought I could just make it all better. But then he woke up that next morning and yeah, I think once he didn't seem himself anymore. And that was the thing when I took him to the vet after the stroke, he was just acting like he was a really cuddly cat and he was happy to meet new people. Like he was a really friendly cat. He was kind of more like a dog, I guess. So even when I took him to the vet after he'd had the stroke, he's like purring and rubbing up against the new vet that he's never met before. So yeah, I just wasn't able to like make the decision to put him to sleep that night because he just seemed so happy. He was just like his normal happy self. So I guess he just wanted that last night. Okay, Emma. So Rocky was lucky he passed away at home. How is my cat? Vela is good. She isn't in here tonight because her second favorite human is here. Yeah, one of my sons, she is her favorite of the three of them. I'm her favorite, then he is her second favorite human. So yeah, she's out cuddling with him and probably trying to trick him into feeding her dinner, even though she's already had dinner. So Vela might be gaining some weight in the next 2 weeks. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully not. Hey, Greg, good to have you. How have you been, Greg? And what are you drinking or snacking on tonight? I have water. It's very important to have water. Hi, Steve. So, Steve, you say, my goodness, I made it in the first 15 minutes. So, I have both my sons here with me, Emma. Sorry, that makes more sense in the context of where the cat is. Yeah, my sons are here. So, yeah, they're here now, which is very exciting. Yeah, so before Christmas, because it's before Christmas now. So they're here until just after New Year's. And then one of my sons, his birthday is in the first week of January. So he's not going to be here for his actual birthday, but we will celebrate his birthday before he goes back. Okay. So Steve's telling us what he's up to this weekend. Usual jobs and buying an annoying secret Santa present for work. Not a fan. Yeah. I've never had to do a secret Santa for work, but it sounds impersonal. Did you get to opt out if you wanted to opt out? Like, did you have to opt into the Secret Santa? Okay, Leander says we are all sorting out clothes. Yeah, so this is for the Red Cross working bee. Sorting out clothes, kitchenwares, and cleaning the shop. Be closed to the public. We will start at 8 a.m. and finish it for both days. Okay, yeah, that's very important work for keeping it going all year round. Yeah, okay, awesome. All right, Steve, you had a mineral water with dinner. Nice, nice. Okay, so Greg says homebrew. It's been hot there, repairing air conditioning. The motor got cooked and it was 43 degrees yesterday. Okay, so is it repaired now? Because that sounds very uncomfortable without some air conditioning. It's the kind of thing where people like my age and older, we lived without air conditioning, but yeah, none of us want to go back to living without air conditioning. So yes, we can do it. We can live without air conditioning, but yeah, who would want to? Yeah, that sounds very uncomfortable. It's not that hot where I am, but it is hot. So yeah, we've got an air conditioner in the like lounge room, and so I left my door open and blasted the air conditioning for a few hours to try and cool this room down. I did buy a pedestal fan a few days ago. I haven't set it up yet, but I just don't know how noisy it will be. But yeah, depending on as the weather warms up, we might have to just put up with the noise of the fan. But right now, the room is comfortable. Did I process everything that you said? Okay, so Greg is drinking homebrew. I've been distracted by the thought of 43 degrees without air conditioning. So I hope that you're able to fix it, Greg, especially for Christmas. All right, Emma asks, is anyone going to the beach on Christmas or Boxing Day? I don't think I've ever been to the beach on Christmas or Boxing Day, even when I lived near the beach. I think because lots of people go there, and when I lived near the beach, I was spoiled for when I could go to the beach. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wait a week until no one is at the beach, so I can have more space to myself. Also, I'm not big on sun, so I tend to go to the beach when the sun is about to go down, or the UV is low. Sorry, this is just a random thing to say. But yes, I'd be interested to know who's going to the beach on Christmas or Boxing Day. Yeah, I have a sun aversion. I do not like being burned or being in the sun. Growing up, my mum has red hair, and a lot of my family has red hair, including one of my sons. And I remember, like, it felt like every month my mum had a new skin cancer that she had to have burned off or cut out. So yeah, I grew up with my mum having a lot of skin cancer because she's a boomer and she didn't use sunscreen as a child and as a teenager. And yeah, so I was just always really scared. And I was very much taken in by the Slip Slop Slap ad campaign. It did, yeah, it really worked on me. So I was always paranoid about the sun. So yeah, going to the beach during the day, it's not something I've ever been comfortable with because I'm paranoid about the sun. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're making having a what's a Henkel, Mimi? Is it a beer? I don't know. I don't know that much about alcohol. What is a Henkel? All right, we've got some suggestions on the Secret Santa. Buy a tea towel. Everyone can use one. That is true. Everyone can use a tea towel. I would hope everyone can use a tea towel. If you don't use a tea towel, I have questions. Yeah, or a cuppa gift voucher, Rachel suggested, for the local small business your workplace frequently loves. Yeah, that's a good idea. Emma, you're having pizza tonight. Nice. Okay, yeah, that's a good suggestion. I just say that to you all the time, Rachel. Look, everything you say is a good suggestion, but yeah, I hadn't. Coolgardie safe style evaporative curtains. So for someone in like Greg's situation where he doesn't have air conditioning, wet towels, sheets, etc., hang anywhere with a breeze. Mm. So Leander says, if I drive 7 hours, I can go to the beach. So I might just go to the Black Soil Muddy Dam. Yeah, it works. It works. Okay, MR asks what everyone's eating tonight. So I made my cauliflower tahini with beef mince for dinner because I'm cooking for 3 people again, which is fun. Yeah, it's like one of the meals that I always cooked for the kids. So I assumed that they enjoyed eating it. They said they enjoyed eating it. So that's what we had. We had rice and cauliflower tahini, which is basically cruciferous vegetables with chickpeas, garlic, onion, beef mince, and a tahini and lemon sauce. It was good. It was good. Okay, so Steve, your secret Santa. It's ridiculous. We have to put 3 ideas down so that people don't get stuff they don't want. My person put down pot plant. Oh, so that's what they want. How do I wrap that and leave it there for 2 days without water? Oh, that is a good question. Yeah, and they might feel like it was a bit of a cop out if you just buy them a pot and a bag of seeds and some soil. A do it yourself plant. Yeah, Nikki, packed beaches. Yeah, it doesn't sound pleasant to me. I don't like crowds at the best of times. But walking around like people laying on towels on the beach, I don't know. And then not accidentally flinging sand on people, it just seems like stressful to me. Butterball plays. Hi, welcome. Okay, so Greg, you fitted a new motor in the air conditioner. I'll finish rewiring tomorrow morning. And yes, I'm sure the wife will be very happy to have it working again. Yeah, okay. Well, at least you're very handy and you were able to fix it yourself. Yeah, wild blackberry. Yeah, you're right. That would work if it was a succulent that you don't water very often. They didn't specify what kind of pot plant. So, yeah, that might work. Yeah, sun aversion. Yeah, it's relatable. Yeah. Long, loose fitting natural fiber sleeves for the win. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good to know, Emma. So the Anko came up pedestal fan with the remote. Working good. Okay, good to know. Yeah, Emma, that does always work as a secret Santa. A scratchy. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Greg, so you can fix anything. I even rebuilt my Ute engine in my workshop. Wow. Okay, I am impressed. Sorry, I just need some leg room. Okay. Ute engine in my workshop. Yeah, okay. right, so Rachel, your nearest coastal beach is about 5 hours away, so you can relate. Yeah, it's yeah, you kind of need like to camp somewhere when you get there, don't you? 2 hours is like doable. Um, but also who wants to drive a 4-hour round trip on Christmas? Um, Thank you, Emma. We really enjoy it. It's basically the flavor of hummus, just a bit different. Yeah, Leander, a plastic plant that will definitely last 2 days. Um, yeah, that would work. Don't know if it's what they meant by pot plant, but if they didn't specify that it had to be alive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. What Rachel suggested with the like keeping the plant healthy for the 2 days. I guess it also depends on how hot it is where you have to store these gifts. Okay, Greg. If you disappear, we'll know that you've run out of data. Okay, so Wild Blackberry asks if everyone is cooking for Christmas and or celebrates, what are you cooking? Um, and Wild Blackberry has bought a turkey breast roll from Aldi and is contemplating what sides to do. And Nikki is having beef because there's been poultry issues in the UK. That's no good. But yeah, good question. If you are having a meal and you celebrate Christmas this coming week, what are you cooking? So for me, we tend to have like I've usually cook roasts the day before. So like we don't normally have turkey. Normally I wait until after Christmas when turkeys are reduced. Like they clear them out really cheap because I like we haven't traditionally had a turkey for Christmas. Um, I like turkey, but normally we have turkey like the week after Christmas rather than on Christmas. So normally we'll have like a lamb roast, a pork roast, and a chicken. Um, yeah, and I'll cook them ahead of time and slice them up. And we usually have a ham as well. So we'll have like cold meats um, with, I usually make, it's like a potato salad, but with other roast vegetables because I don't generally have potato. I have been being naughty and eating potato recently, and I have got eczema from it, but I'm kind of not caring at the moment. I'm probably just going to keep eating potatoes for a little while. Um, so yeah, we'll have like, yeah, it's like a roast vegetable salad, but it's like a potato salad with mayonnaise and like spring onions, but with sweet potato, pumpkin, carrot, uh, corn instead of the potato. And then I make a coleslaw from scratch. Um, what else do we normally have? I usually do. So we were vegan for many, many years. So I started making it's a roast pumpkin thing with like a pine nut filling. Um, so yeah, I still make that, but just put it with meat now. Yeah, so I always make like this pumpkin thing like that I fill and usually have that cold as well. So yeah, we normally have a cold Christmas meal. Yeah. And what else do I normally put with it? I'm trying to think. I'm sure I'm forgetting some salads. It'll come to me. When it pops into my head, I will just shout it out randomly. You'll be like, what is she talking about? Um, okay, so in answer to what about game, Nikki says game is more expensive than beef. Okay. And Emma doesn't know what they're having for Christmas meals yet. Um, so Greg, you're having lamb roast, sheep burgers, maybe some chicken with your homemade bread. Oh, lovely. All right, Leander says, my mother wants to still cook everything for over the few days. It's a credit to her. She is 78. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, Nikki. Lamb roast, yum, Greg, and homemade bread is the best. Yeah, it really is. Welcome, Frithkin. So I'm not like I can call you Frithkin, but if you would like to be called something else, let me know. Since our last live stream, YouTube is not showing like it's only showing your handle, not like your screen name that you pick. So I can't see what your name is, only what your handle is. So all I can see is Frithkin. If you would like to be called something other than Frithkin, please let me know and I will oblige. But welcome, Frithkin. So you just got in from work a short time ago. So for dinner, you're having a mushroom barek. I know what barek is because one of my sons has been traveling around Europe all year and he went to Serbia for a while and he loved the barek. I don't remember which one was his favorite, but yeah. Okay, but that sounds delicious. I have not had it, but yeah, he was really obsessed with it for a while there. So it must be good. So for Christmas, you're making a tofu ball with soba noodles and veg. Sounds delicious. Okay, cool, Steve. So you've got some ideas for your Secret Santa. Awesome. Okay, Greg. So a farmer still owes you some fat lambs. You still have plenty in the freezer. All right, so you're all set. You're all set for Christmas. Okay, cool. I shall call you Bob, unless I forget. But I won't forget today. But next live stream, you might have to remind me again. But yes, welcome, Bob. Yes, Bob, share with them what barek is because I can't explain it. I just have seen pictures of it. With the lamb, do you have rosemary? Yes, I love rosemary with lamb. And I've got rosemary in the garden this year. So, okay, cool. Thanks, Bob. So, barek is kind of like a pizza, but with stuff on the inside instead of on top. Yeah, so it's like it's got pastry of some description. Okay, thank you, Emma. So barek is pastry rolled with either mince or potato, etc. Yes. Okay, cheese barek is popular. Yeah, I think it's more like a pastry than a dough. Yeah. Welcome, Banjeet. So Banjeet says, hello, everyone. Love from India. Welcome. Good to have you. Yes, Leander, I am so lucky that I had a lemon tree and rosemary when I moved in. What were the chances that, like, the place I managed to find had those things? And they let me have a cat. So, like, the trifecta. Yeah, wild blackberry. So I think around that region, they have like their own versions of Barack and might be like have a slightly different name. Um, but yeah. You may have had it without realizing what it is. Yeah. Thank you for telling me that you're Mr. Goo. Thank you. It's so annoying that I can't see like your screen names and only your like handle. Um, welcome, Mr. Goo, and Merry Christmas to you too. Ah, yum, Benji. So your mother is making chicken biryani. Very tasty. Mm, it sounds really good. I know, right? Like, what more could you want? Um, a lemon tree and rosemary, and cats. If I could afford another cat, I'm sure I would be allowed to have a second cat, even. So, like, cats, lemon trees, rosemary, room to grow other things if I were to ever get to get around to it. Yeah, that is good, the barter culture. It's nice when that's still alive and well in your community. Yeah, I hear you, Welly. Um, when we were vegan, so it was probably like 3.5 years. And even when we stopped being vegan, we still like ate most of the same meals, just like we added a little bit of meat. So there were a good many years that we were like eating mostly vegan meals. Um, our favorites were any variation on um, like some sort of curry. Um, but you're probably sick of curry because like that's a common like if you go to a restaurant and they've got a vegan option, it's usually a risotto or some sort of like curry type sauce with a plant-based protein like chickpeas or tofu. Yeah, we made a lot of yeah, vegan curries. Um, we really enjoyed we called it refried beans because that's what it was called in the vegan community at the time, but it's basically boiled beans. You just boil them a lot longer so that they're mushy. um, and then so we'd have the beans, we'd season them with salt, pepper, cumin, and with rice, and then we'd just have like crunchy lettuce, and it was kind of like a burrito bowl. I guess we had a lot of burrito bowls, but yeah, that was the protein, was the beans. And I'd always do like a combination of black beans, pinto beans, red kidney beans, and I'd cook them from dry. What other vegan things did I have? I used to make the cauliflower tahini that I'm telling you about. Originally that was a vegan recipe. So I'd do it with like lots of chickpeas. So yeah, cauliflower tahini was onion, garlic, um, chickpeas, cauliflower, broccoli, um, basically until that's steamed and softened to the consistency that you like. And then I would just make a sauce out of tahini and lemon juice, and obviously salt and pepper. And that was really good with rice. But yeah, I hear you. You do get a little bit bored of the same things over and over. Though I guess you can make like a lot of things, like a bolognese, for example. Just don't put meat in it. But yeah, it can get a bit samey. Vegetarian has more options, I guess, because you can add cheese to things. Although that can be a slippery slope where the main flavor is always just more cheese. But maybe that's okay. Oh, yeah. And of course, I always put mushroom in my cauliflower tahini as well. I forgot to mention mushroom. Yeah, Greg, money doesn't, I mean, I don't know what you're answering, but yes, I agree. Money doesn't go very far these days at all. It's shocking. Yes, yes, so much curry. Yeah, it's because it's like a way of adding a lot of flavor, I guess. Um, and that was always like the least offensive meal to non-vegans that came over for dinner. I'd make a curry because it has lots and lots of flavor. So yeah, like lots of variations on curries. Um, yeah. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, we really like I had the refried beans down pat. I don't know if I could still make them as good as I used to back then, but because we had them like 3 times a week, and all my boys knew how to make refried beans as well. It was like constantly in rotation. And we'd add like because you can add sour cream to it if you're vegan, because I'm also dairy free. I would use like a soy yogurt as sour cream for this burrito bowl with the refried beans. Um, yeah. Although I haven't been back then, I was able to find a soy yogurt that was just like it didn't have very many ingredients. I find that soy yogurt nowadays, like they add a lot of stuff to it, which that's fine. But I think they're trying to make it taste like regular yogurt, but I just want the tanginess of just plain soy yogurt. But I haven't been able to find that in a long time. But yeah, I used to have that with the refried beans as well. Yeah, it's basically just mushy beans, but for whatever reason they call them refried beans. I guess because it's the same texture as refried beans, but there was no frying involved. So like I don't yeah. Technically they were not fried, let alone refried, because there was never any frying. But I think the texture was the same as actual refried beans. Okay, that sounds nice, Wild Blackberry. Wild Blackberry says a lovely dish is cannellini beans braised with spinach, herbs, and chili to taste. That does sound really tasty. Oh, Greg, that sounds really good. So, Greg used to harvest hundreds of tons of chickpeas and stir fry chickpeas with bacon and onions. So, the bacon doesn't work if you're vegan or vegetarian, but that does sound really tasty. Ah, okay. I have not tried that. A Lebanese garlic sauce instead of sour cream. Toom, I think it's called. Okay, that sounds. Oh, yeah, I've never heard of that. That sounds really good. Bean salads are always amazing too. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Emma says Leonardo DiCaprio movie came out on HBO Max today. If anybody's interested, sort of the movies one battle after another. Okay, which movie? Which Leonardo DiCaprio movie is this? And do you recommend it? Like, is it good? Yeah, I really enjoyed eating vegan. I really struggle with iron, and you have to be really mindful about your iron to not become iron deficient when you're vegan. Like, you've got to be really mindful about a lot of different nutrients. But I was just struggling to keep my iron up. However, years later, like for a while there, my iron levels were okay when I started eating meat again, but I'm back to the point where it doesn't seem to matter how much red meat I eat or meat in general, I still can't keep my iron up. So I don't even know if the meat is helping at this point with my iron deficiency. But yeah, I really enjoyed being vegan. Like I found my digestion was a lot better when I was vegan. Um, yeah, I did get really fat when I was vegan. I feel like I could never get full when I was plant based. And so I have no self control. If I feel hungry, I'm going to eat. And this was many, many years, but for many years, I could never get full. And so I ate way too much. So I gained a lot of weight when I was plant based, which is funny because a lot of people go plant based to lose weight, but I was very happy. I was fat and happy and I had great digestion, but yeah, I was quite overweight when I was plant-based. Yeah, I just eat less if I have some meat, I guess. Not that I'm promoting that as a reason to eat meat, just like that was my experience. Mostly I started eating meat again because I was struggling to get enough nutrition and particularly iron. Okay, so Greg says, my sheep opened one of the silos from the chute. I had 100 kilos of chickpeas on the ground. I was eating chickpeas for months. Oh, okay. All right, so you had to cook them or use them for yourself. All right, okay. Were you permanently sick of chickpeas after that, or has it come back around and you can eat them again? Hey, Katrina. Thank you for coming. It's good to see you. So Katrina says, Merry Christmas to you all. For next week, I'm currently on holidays. Oh, that's nice. I hope it's a nice holidays and not a not so nice holidays. Does that mean that you're not like able? Is it like last time when you were away and you couldn't listen, but you were able to read the chat? Let me know. But yes, welcome, Katrina. It's good to see you. If you can hear me, what happened with your phone from last time? Like, did someone call your partner and like, did you get your phone back? Okay, one bottle after another. That's the movie. Okay, cool. Thanks, Bob, for letting me know the name of the Leonardo DiCaprio movie. So Steve asks, are dried beans worth it compared to canned? They are cheaper. It really depends. So canned is convenient. So if you're trying to get like more beans into your diet, because of all the good nutrition that is in beans, but also like the extra fiber, then yeah, like canned is simple and it's an easy way to add it and to stretch, your meat out if you're eating meat. I do like beans cooked from fresh, like from dry. The refried beans meal wouldn't have worked from canned, because I guess you've got more control over like how well cooked your beans are. Yeah, so you can make them a little bit mushier if you want to, by cooking them from fresh. You can also get like a lot of beans dried that you can't get canned. So you get a bit more variety. Yeah, I guess it's just up to your personal preference. And if you are trying to save money, then cooking them from dried is cheaper. I've only ever cooked beans in a pressure cooker. So I know that they're a lot more work if you're like cooking them on the stove. I've never done that. I've only ever cooked them in a pressure cooker. It's very, very easy in a pressure cooker. Yeah. Also, cooking them from dry, if you're someone that really struggles to digest beans, if you cook them yourself in, say, a pressure cooker, I used to add like seaweed, and also I would soak. Yeah, that's the other thing. You can soak the beans um, for like 24 hours and then drain the water and put new water in. And I think what they said was that if you put like kombu or a piece of seaweed in to cook with your beans, it helps them be more digestible. Yeah, so beans are easier to digest if you cook them from dry and you pre-soak them and put fresh water in. Um, yeah, so it just depends on you. I do also find that even if you were using canned beans and they upset your stomach, usually you'll adjust if you just keep eating them, but maybe not for some people. Uh, yeah, so I guess you've got more control over that kind of thing by cooking them from dried. But obviously, canned is a lot more convenient. Dried is technically cheaper because when you're buying it canned, you're paying for the water in the can and the cooking process. So yeah. Okay, so wild blackberry, you're an omnivore, but I love having a few solely plant-based meals a week. Yeah, it's a good idea. Because yeah, most of us eat way too much meat. We definitely don't need that much meat. All right, cool, cool. So we're talking about the Leo movie. Plays a man in a group called The Revolution. He's a hippie stoner. Okay, cool. And you enjoyed it. Okay, so you would recommend. Awesome. Okay, I hope I haven't missed you because I'm behind on the chat. But see you later, Emma. Have a nice night. Enjoy your pizza. Um, yeah, Merry Christmas. And thank you for coming. Yeah, you too, Emma. Merry Christmas. Have a great New Year. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you around. Okay, Greg, this week I successfully preserved stews in jars for a rainy day. Very nice. Good idea. Always a convenient, easy to grab meal. Um, yeah, good, good, good. I'm impressed. I've not been preserving anything. Yes, Bob. Okay, you said that in a much more concise way than me. I was all over the place. Yes, dried beans are great if you have the time, and they are also cheaper. Yes, but yeah, you have to have the time and the desire. They're not just automatically yes, you must cook them from dry. Otherwise, you're getting a completely different product and it's just not very good. Um, yeah, they both taste good, canned or dry, cooked from dried. Just, yeah, it's just what you've got time for, what you want, what you're using them for. Obviously, having something canned is convenient. And also, sometimes dried is not cheaper if you have poor planning, which maybe sometimes I have had. So there have been times over the years where I have cooked a batch of beans and then allowed those beans to go off. So I haven't eaten all of the beans that I cooked. So it was not cheaper because I ended up throwing some of them out. So it would have been cheaper to just buy the can with the serving that I wanted. Um, yeah. So there's that too. There's no point cooking a big batch of dried beans and then forgetting about them 4 days later and having to toss them out. Whereas if you had 3 cans, you only have to open 1 can and the other 2 can sit there for months. Yeah, that too, Nikki. Like, because you have to remember to soak the beans. It's very important to soak the beans before you cook them. Um, so yeah, there's a matter of like remembering too. And then the other key, and I have been guilty of this, you set some beans to soak because you're going to cook them the next day. And then you forget, and now it's been 3 days, and now you have some gross beans that you soaked in some water that you have to toss out because they're not safe to cook anymore. So that can happen too. So if you're a little bit of a chaotic person like me, and you either forget to soak them or you soak them for 3 days and now they're no good, then you've just wasted a bunch of beans. And canned would have been better, even though it was technically more expensive. Oh, yeah, you even said, and if I do, then I forget to use them. Okay, cool, Nikki. All right, all right. This is why we're best friends. um, because we understand and we don't judge for these things. Okay, yeah, I'm exactly the same, but you already knew that. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question, Nikki. Are you doing a Yorkshire pudding with your beef? Oh, okay, cool. So Joe makes the best Yorkies from scratch. You got a winner there, Nikki. Thank you, Wild Blackberry. I have been preserving my sanity, and honestly, that's one of the most important things to preserve in life. Um, yeah, much easier to replace the wilted parsley than your sanity. Okay, thank you, Bob. So, one thing about the film, though, it is a bit intense, I think. Unsurprising given the subject matter. A revolutionary group seeking the overthrow of the US government. Okay, all right. So, don't watch it if you're just after like some good feels and you don't want to have to think. Yeah, that's really smart, Greg. That's the right way to do it. Yeah, when you've got a glut of food, um, you'll be really grateful that you preserved it in the future when maybe you don't have a glut of food. Yeah, that's a good point, Bob. You could just cook them without soaking them. The cooking time is just longer. Yeah, I never did that. Yeah, I've never done that. I think I just had it in my head that if I'm going to cook it from dry, then I want to like do the pre-soak so that they're easier to digest. I have dodgy digestion. I can still eat canned beans and it's fine because I've eaten beans for so many years, but um yeah, I have really bad digestion, which might also be why I had like some deficiencies after being vegan for a few years because I wasn't like digesting everything I ate. Yeah. But yes, good point. If we're too chaotic to plan ahead and soak the beans, we could just cook them without pre-soaking them. Great point. Okay. All right. Okay. So it's not okay, that's good to know. It sounds like a film that I would want to watch, Bob. So yeah, that's good. Something to like dig your teeth into, but it's still got humorous parts and yeah, it's not all doom and gloom. So yeah, awesome. Oh, yes, Welly, canned three bean mix for the win. Yeah, it's just a good quality, easy meal to grab out of the cupboard. Three bean mix. Chuck it on some toast, put some garlic powder and some salt and pepper and heat it up. Like, it's a perfect meal. Yeah, I hear you, Nikki. Yeah, our tummies, non soaked beans. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Bob, you forget to pre-soak beans as well. All right. Maybe we're overthinking it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would get a stomach ache. Speaking of which, sorry, I didn't burp. It was just here because I've just taken a mouthful of water. Um So, Benji, you ask, are we on Amazon Prime right now? My uncle is Amazon moderator. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Do you mean the film that we're talking about being on Amazon Prime? The live stream is definitely not on Amazon Prime, but that's probably not what you meant. Yeah, Nikki, I'm not quite sure what Benji meant. But I could just be missing something. Okay. This is getting problematic now. I, okay, cool. Yes, Nikki, bless him. Okay. All right. Sorry. Leander asks, have you finished all your courses and exams? So yes, I finished my law courses for the year. Um, sorry, I'm just distracted. So because I started one degree and then I switched to law. I have only a few subjects left for my English major. So I'm doing two courses at the moment for my Bachelor of Arts with the major in English. So I'm doing a writing short stories course and I'm doing a writing for children course at the moment. So yes, I'm still doing uni, but they're fun units. They're writing units. So yeah, that university. So the university I was doing my Bachelor of Arts with, I'm doing it through Open University Australia. So they run study periods year round. But yeah, if I manage to do these two, I could be finished my first degree in the middle of next year. Not that I'm sure that it will be worth anything. I'm still working towards my law degree, but this won't take away from my law studies because, yeah, I'm on break for my law degree anyway. So yeah, I'm just trying to, yeah, I'm just trying to finish off that major. Sorry, did I answer that question? My law units have finished for the year. But I'm doing some arts units. I'm doing a writing short fiction and writing for children. I don't know what's happened. Like, did it go 9:20 and interesting people have turned up? Okay, sorry. Okay, yes, Nikki, you will have to count your rupees for next time he comes back. Yes. Um, yeah, Butterball plays. Sorry, like it's only showing your handle, which is Butterball plays. So yeah, that's what we can see is Butterball plays. So that's why Wild Blackberry called you Butter. Yeah. Sorry. So Wild Blackberry said, my current favorite dish is pork baked on pear with rosemary and some mashed potatoes. Oh, Wild blackberry, that sounds really good. I could definitely eat a serving of that right now. Um, yeah, Mr. Goo, there was some interesting messages. Um, it seemed to be escalating quickly. Uh, yeah, yeah. I don't know if it was funny to anyone else, but like it tickled Nikki and I. Okay, all right. Okay, so Leander, my father would like to write short stories of men and women of the land and the outback, small country towns. Yeah. Um, look, once you get started, it's not as hard as it feels, like writing stories, because it you just have to be okay with it not being perfect. So yeah, my issue is like if I try and start writing a story and I then read straight back over what I've written, it yeah, it's hard to get it to flow because I'm like, you shouldn't be editing as you write. They are two different processes. Um, a suggestion that I saw, which I think works quite well, is if you're writing on your computer, you can make the font like so big that you can't actually read what you're typing, um, and then change the font back when you want to go back and edit it. Sorry, that's probably not useful. All I'm saying is, yeah, if your father wants to write, like, yeah, just do it. Even if it's bad. Sometimes you have to just write something that's bad. Because a lot of it comes down to the editing and going back and like filling things in. But it's hard to get to that point where you've just written something. Um, I shouldn't be giving advice because I don't take my own advice. But yeah, this is all very confusing. Yeah, I'm a little confused by some things right now too. Wild blackberry. I don't know if it's still going. Okay, I'm going to assume the best. Hello, Anthony. What do you want for Christmas? My uncle works in a toy shop. Cool. Um, that's really cool. I don't know what I want for Christmas. Probably not toys though. The problem is once you've got the giggles, like everything's funny. Um, yeah, Greg, you see some interesting stories in the outback. Um, yeah, and you need somebody to write those stories, right? Like, because and then there's all the like really interesting stories that are told in like pubs all over the country that people share but never write down. Um, yeah, so that there must be a lot of stories that have not been told. That it would be great for somebody to write them. And short stories are great because you don't have to write an entire book. You can just write that story and then write another story. So yeah, I would definitely read a um a book full of short stories set on the land in the outback. Yeah, based in small country towns, especially if it's written by somebody who's actually lived that lifestyle and heard the stories. And yeah, that would be really, really interesting to read. Oh, cool, Nikki. You want to train? Um, yeah. Look, If I get you a toy train, Nikki, I don't think it will arrive in time now because of the distance, but I'll keep it in mind for next year. Thank you, Wildlife. I will try. I will try it all together. Well, that's awesome, Anthony. Like, so he can make Nikki her train. She is in the UK though, so it's got quite a distance to travel. Um, Mimi asks, "Are we on Disney?" I'm so confused. We were talking about Amazon Prime and Disney now. Like, we're literally on YouTube. So I'm like so confused. Um, I'm a Disney princess. Didn't you know? Um, all right. Have I missed anything? Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So we're laying the setting for Greg's novel. A 40-degree day, and the shearer's cook has a wood oven running all day. The hottest room I've ever been in. Yes, this is a great start to a short story, Greg. I know it wasn't you that said you wanted to write short stories, but I feel like you've got it in you. Okay, cool, Anthony. You live in Pakistan. What's the weather like in Pakistan right now? And Welly says, yes, we are on Disney. Yes. Yeah, like I said, I'm a Disney princess. I don't know if you knew that about me. We learn new things about Enid every day. Yeah, that's a good idea. When my kids were little, my parents had a train going around their Christmas tree one year. Um, yeah, yeah. Wild Blackberry says, when I was a kid in the 80s, I loved those toy tree houses that you opened and could put the little people everywhere. Ooh, sounds nice. Excuse me. Oop, did I knock anything? Yeah, sorry. Toy tree houses that you open and could put the little people everywhere. So I had a big yellow teapot, kind of the same thing that you could open up and you had little people. I loved the big yellow teapot. But it's not a tree house. Mine was a teapot. And yes, Nikki, it is a strange old business, this live streaming Blarky. Okay, it's very hot in Pakistan. Okay. Yeah, look, I feel for your cousin. Do you feel that that's related to the hot weather? Like, because it's in the one sentence, so I'm wondering if they're connected. If I had a ticket to go anywhere, where would I go? I'd be interested to see other people's response to that. I'm in a like complicated situation right now, so I'm not sure. I'm not in the mindset for like a holiday, I guess. If I'm honest, I just want to go home, but it's not safe for me to go home. So, yeah, my first instinct is get on a plane and go home, but I can't do that. And two of my favorite people are here right now, so I wouldn't anyway, because two of my sons are here for Christmas. So, yay, we're on Disney. We're not on Disney. All right, so Mr. Goose says, I'm a bit behind live, but my old boss, her dad grew up in the outback and did just that, wrote down all these fantastic stories from the hardy people up there. I remember her telling me one. Yeah. Um, yeah, so many stories must be lost to time when people pass away. Um, but on the other hand, there's more books and stories written than any single person can read in a lifetime. But still, I think it's important to have this library of all these experiences and knowledge, um, just in case the right person needs to read it one day. Oh, cool, Welly. So I don't know that it's a daggy hobby. It's like, what is a cool hobby? Hobbies are all subjective, but you love model trains, anything in miniature. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, very cool. Oh, awesome, Nikki. You're on Stitches Island? Nice, nice. Oh, okay, Anthony. Interesting. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that about your cousin. Um, and the hot weather is related. Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Goose says that the story was about when a boundary rider didn't come home and his 7-month pregnant wife set out along the fence in the desert heat to find him, fallen off his horse. Wow, okay. Yeah, I was thinking that too, wild blackberry. Like, fiber is very important for health. Like, colorectal cancers are on the rise. We all need to be like prioritizing our fiber intake. That's all good, Steve. Thank you. Thank you for trying to keep up. Like, I don't know if I'm saying anything that interesting, but thank you. Um, I'm sorry to hear that, Anthony. Unfortunate that the funeral is on your birthday. That's a good question. Okay, 17 and one dead. Okay, so Greg says the sad stories when kids and workmen disappear in the desert. Yeah. Yeah, especially when no one ever finds out what happened. That must be really hard to like not know what happened. Like it's bad enough to lose someone, but to have that uncertainty of what happened, or if there's still a chance that they might be found, but obviously in the desert, yeah. But the not knowing must make it even harder. Yeah, well, blackberry. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, yeah. Interesting, Anthony. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. No, I had a question. I'm not going to ask the follow-up question. No, because my brain has questions. I'm not going to ask the questions. I'm not going to ask the questions that I have. I have about 5 that just came to me off the top of my head, and I'm sure there are more. I'm not going to. I am not going to ask the question. Sorry, anyone coming in right now, it's like, why is that woman just sitting there trying not to laugh? It's complicated. It's complicated why that middle-aged woman is just sitting there trying not to unsuccessfully. Okay. It's still there, Mr. Goo. It's still there, Mr. Goo. It's not been taken down. Did my podcast move to Spotify? Yeah, because look, why not? We've discussed Disney and where we are on Disney, Amazon Prime, and yeah, why not Spotify? Um, why not? What is one of my favorite hobbies? I am notorious for starting hobbies and not sticking with them. So I kind of stopped picking up hobbies in recent years because I don't follow through with them. Um, I don't know if you would call gardening a hobby. Uh, in theory, I enjoy gardening, but I have a little garden bed that I have not taken the time to do anything with. Um, so I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll be back. Sorry, too much laughing and okay. Sorry, you were asking about hobbies, which is a very like a good question and something we can all talk about. So I thank you, Butterball, place. Um, what hobbies do I do? Um, I'm drawing a blank. I've been very distracted. Wrinkles is a very interesting cat name. Um, um, so Steve, when I worked in mining, I had a flatmate into model trains. Yeah, cool. That's all you've got to add. Yeah, look, model trains are cool. They definitely are. Um, I think our family has never gotten into model trains purely because we moved around a lot, and you need space to set up your model trains. Just give me 2 seconds. Alright, I am back. Did anything interesting happen whilst I was gone? Um, Aw. So Greg's neighbors had irrigation lines. laying on the ground for months when they hooked up the lines and started the irrigation, it was blocked by rabbits. Okay. I like food names for cats. Pringles is a good name for a cat. Thank you for coming along, Mr. Goo. Um, enjoy the rest of your night and a Merry Christmas to you. Um, yeah, thank you. Okay, so Nikki loves cross stitch and knitting and painting and drawing. Yeah, how did the rabbits get into it? Were they like using it as part of their burrow or? Okay, Greg's hobby was speed sharing and show sharing. I'm retired now. Yeah, that's really cool, Greg. All right, so Butterball, your hobby is eating, and your cousin has the world record of most fastest eater. Wow, okay. For the most part, I really love eating too. I've been struggling with eating this past year, but in general, I am a lover of food. Uh, and I eat it way too fast, but not fast enough to get a world record in fast eating. But that's cool. That's cool. Um, do you and your cousin like practice your eating? Like do you competitively eat, or is it just your cousin? You just love eating, but he like does it competitively. Like, did you grow up competing with the food, and he just took it further than you? Yeah, I agree. Wild blackberry. Gosh, no live mukbangs. No, definitely not. Okay, it's just your cousin that competitively eats. So you just like do it for fun. Okay. But no, I'm definitely not going to do some live mukbangs. No. Um, I don't think, look, yeah, I don't think it's for me. But also, I'm not a very graceful eater. So it might like gross you out. Like I just don't think I'd be very good at it, to be honest. I can barely drink the water on camera without stuffing it up. So food just sounds dangerous. So Anthony, I choked on a burger and went to the hospital for 15 days. Be careful, butter in the food world. Okay, if he's going to do competitive eating, be careful because you could choke on a burger. That is a very valid point. Yeah, definitely. Double cheeseburgers can be lethal, I would say. Look, it doesn't take much to choke. Um, and if you ever think you're choking on food, do not leave the room where there are people because you don't want to be a bother. It's better to be around people when you're choking. Oh, and remember, this is the universal I'm choking hand gesture because you won't be able to say anything if you're choking. So, make sure people can see you so they can help you. Nobody wants to die choking on a piece of food. Eating should be an enjoyable and pleasurable thing. It should not be a deadly activity. Okay, so Greg said my record was shearing 256 merino ewes in one day. New Zealand shearers, most of them do that every day. Wow, okay. That is a lot of sheep to shear. How long does it take you to shear one? Like, you managed to do that all in one day. Okay, that sounds like a lot. And yeah, Welly, my back hurts just thinking about that too. Okay, Butterball. Although let's be honest, if your cousin weighs that much, it's not just the cakes from the other day, because that's not physically possible. Like, you can only gain so much weight eating food in one sitting. Like, you can only absorb so many calories in one meal. So I feel like your cousin put in the work before that cake eating day. But yeah. Okay, cool, Steve. You're back on normal speed. All right, great. Yeah, okay. So he's put in the hard work. That's a good question, Nikki. I'm sorry to hear that the Big Mac stole your clothes. Like, you didn't tell me about that. Like, I didn't know. Yeah. Oh, your father's cousin shared 1,980 sheep in one day. All right, look, honestly, I don't know anything about how long it takes to shear a sheep, but that sounds like a lot. 1,980. Like, did he do it? Like, was that a competition that he did 1,980 sheep? Like, was he trying to do as many as he could? Or, yeah. Okay, all right. So Greg says some sheep you can do it in under a minute, others 5 minutes, none of the same. Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, it's a live animal, so the temperament and even like I'm guessing the way their coat sits on them would make a difference to how long it takes. Yeah, I know which character you mean. Wild Blackberry, was it the burglar? It must have been. I don't know. I haven't seen him in ages. Yeah, Leander, are you sure it wasn't one sheep in 1980 rather than 1,980 sheep in one day? Mm. Okay, 190. All right. That sounds more plausible. Okay, so Butterball, you ate 94 hot dogs in 15 minutes. Look, I don't know what's normal. I do, like, what's he called? The guy on YouTube? He's got a beard. Like, is it Beard Eats? Like, he's a competitive eater. He does like, competitive eating. He's a British guy. I watch him eat. But yeah, I don't know what's a normal amount of hot dogs that a competitive eater can eat in 15 minutes. So I'm not going to call BS because I don't know. I couldn't eat 94 hot dogs in 15 minutes, but that doesn't mean that you can't, Butterball. So I'm just curious how these very interesting people found my live stream. Like, that's like it's been amusing. Um Yeah, so Wild Blackberry says, "I reckon it is a Christmas fever dream." Yeah, it's that time of year, you know? Um, yeah, that's true, Steve. Like, when I was a kid, I had some really interesting fever dreams, but as an adult, like, I just haven't had a high fever enough times to really, like, properly experience it. I mean, I've had flu a few times as an adult, and that's been pretty horrific, but yeah, haven't had a good fever dream in years either. But look, yeah, that's really interesting, Anthony, about your auntie meeting LeBron James. Um, to be fair, did he know that she has autism? So you're saying that he was not respecting the fact that she has autism. Like, I get what you're saying, and we should treat everybody with respect. Um, but maybe he was unfamiliar with the situation and expected, you know, yeah. But yeah, look, that sounds quite disappointing for your auntie. I mean, like, was she expecting more from meeting LeBron James? Like, was this a planned interaction? Yeah, Nikki, you are sick, so maybe you do have a fever. Yeah, look, it's a lot of hot dogs, Greg. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be hard pressed to eat 3 in 15 minutes too. Yeah, beard meets food. Yes. Yeah, he seems like a really cool bloke. Beard meets food. Sorry, I brain fart. I couldn't remember his channel name. But, like, competitive eating sounds like way too much work because, like, they have, like, their season of competitive eating, but then they take time off and, like, they eat more of a restricted diet and, like, they work out a lot, like, in the interim. It doesn't sound like a healthy lifestyle to me, um, but, you know, it's entertaining to watch. Oh, thank you, Anthony. Yeah, the best thing she showed you. I know, it's been such an amazing live stream. Like, I'm so entertaining. Um, and all the interesting things that I'm doing live, you know, I'm just bringing the excitement. Thank you. Yeah, wild blackberry. Why not? It probably is time for the whiskey now. To be fair, it's morning for Nikki, so maybe she needs to hold off for a little while. Um, but it's nighttime here, so happy birthday, Butterball. Yeah, what is everybody doing this weekend? Um, what's on for my weekend? Um, I don't know if we have any direct plans. We have someone coming and viewing the room one day this weekend. They haven't, I mean, they said they wanted to come this weekend, but they've not agreed to a time or a day. So who knows if they'll actually turn up. But yeah. Um, Other than that, we're just like exploring the place that I'm living in because I haven't um, explored it because I've kind of had tunnel vision since I got here. So yeah, I'm taking the opportunity because my sons are here to go and be a bit more of a tourist and see things. So yeah, I think we'll go out and we'll look at some things. Yeah, and just enjoy spending some time together. Leander. So, I mean, I better go now. I have to make sandwiches for the ladies of Red Cross Shop for tomorrow's working bee. A very happy and healthy Christmas. Sending hugs. Bye. Thank you for coming, Leander. Um, Enjoy your working bee tomorrow. And yeah, you have a wonderful, happy, and healthy Christmas too. Yeah, and I hope to see you again soon. I think I'm too old and uncool to say that, Butterball. I would put the stress on the wrong part and say it wrong. I'm sure I would say it wrong. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to explain it because again, I'm too old and not cool to be able to say it. So, if I had younger children, I'm sure that I would be more knowledgeable, but yeah. I only know it through social media and yeah, I definitely can't say it. Well, I think they've run out of things to say, um, which is probably for the best. I'm hoping that the chat saves because I gave someone a really dirty look into the webcam. And if there's no chat saved, someone's going to think like I was just randomly giving someone a dirty look. No, I had a reason to give someone a dirty look. Yeah. Yeah. I did click to save the chat. I don't know if that's for the best this time. Do we want this chat saved for all of time? Yes. Yeah. Look, this is a perfect time for us all to say bye, I guess. I'm sorry guys if this has not been the best live stream. We had some characters in today, and so I feel like we haven't had the best chit chat amongst us that we normally have. Um I don't know if it's good or bad. But yeah, I hope it's been okay for you and yeah, nobody's been offended. Um it has been unreal and very weird. And I don't know if in future we should like try and nip it in the bud so we can have a more normal conversation or if that was just the way it was going to go today. I don't know. Yeah. No, it wasn't you, Greg. It wasn't you. Okay, cool. Good, Steve. I'm glad. I'm glad. Look, I hope people have gotten a laugh. Hope I didn't say anything bad. I didn't mean to offend anyone. Um, I just didn't know how to respond to some things because they were just a bit wild. Yeah, thanks, Steve. I feel like I would butcher it if I tried to say it. So thank you. Thank you for saying it. Okay, good. Thanks, guys. Um, uh, sorry, Wild Blackberry. I didn't actually say goodbye to you. If you are still here, oh, you are still here. Yes. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for your input into this weird and wonderful conversation. Yeah, so I will finish up, everyone. I hope that you all have a lovely next week. Um, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Um, yeah, have a great week, everyone. Uh, and yeah, I won't see you before New Year's, will I? I don't know. It'll probably be 2 weeks' time. Um, I wasn't sure if anyone would come today because I thought you might all be too busy. Uh, yeah, and I haven't seen Ken in weeks, which I'm a bit worried about Ken, everyone, but hopefully they're just busy. But yeah, thanks so much for coming along, guys. And yeah, I will see you in the next video that I put out, and I will see you in the next live stream. Um, Let me just check if anyone has said anything that I should read first. Yeah, no, I won't do one before Christmas. Um, Usually I do it every 2 weeks. Like, so I'll just see if you guys like want one in 2 weeks' time. You might be sick of me, you might be busy. Yeah. Thank you, Wild Blackberry. I will enjoy my time with my boys. You guys enjoy your time with your family or whoever you are spending Christmas with. And yes, Ken, we miss you. Um, yeah, look, Nikki, we'll think it over and we'll decide if we should just delete next time. Yes. All the best, everyone. And I will see you again soon. All right. Uh, bye.